Welcome, fans. Welcome, followers. You were thinking why Rebelio is speaking English, but this is a reason. The reason is our country have to learn English, please. We're in another century, maybe. We are missing very interesting things because we don't know to speak English. We don't learn English. You know why it's important to learn English? Only one reason. The very important thing is you can read the book that is called Improve for Gamers. So please, you have to learn English just to read this wonderful book. Yes. Well, we are here. Bisatis, you can continue, please. And we have a very, very special guest.
Okay, thank you, man. Then welcome Mansalveros and Mansalveras from around the world, international space here today in Mansalva, the podcast. And we have with us a very special guest because we have the writer of Improv for Gamers, Karen 12. Hello, Karen. Thanks for being
Hello.
here. How are
It's
you?
so great to talk to you. I'm great. Thank you.
Well, it's an honor for us to be with you. We are so eager to start talking with you because we have fun a lot with your book. We have been doing previous videos about the thing, doing exercises. Greetings for Tachu, our guru here, leading us in your
Tachu.
exercises. And well, as Mansalva the podcast works, we're going to throw initiative, if you don't mind, to start with our time to asking you some things, and if it's you're the highest dice, then we don't know. We'll see.
Then I'll just
Okay.
start.
Today
we're rolling?
we have decided to do it with 12 dice
12.
My favorite.
because to find some use it and let's go.
Я хочу
Alright.
говорить, это очень интересно, но говорить по-русски тоже, потому что это очень хороший язык, и мне нужно все изучать это русский язык.
Ooh.
Well,
I don't introduce Ramon because Jordi is talking, Misat is here talking.
He
But we've
introduced
we have Ramon here, our brother in RPG games, our community manager, our love, our whatever. Hi Ramon, how are you today? How is your Mansalva today, man?
my Mansalva is full of love today for Improv for Gamers and this very special party we have in this place today. Yeah.
Okay, may you mind if I translate it to Spanish something to say to our Spanish viewers? Yeah, would you mind?
very
Yeah, yes,
summary.
Ok. Pues nada, mansalveros y mansalveras del universo, gracias por estar aquí. Hoy estamos en inglés porque está con nosotros Karen 12, que es la autora de Improv for Gamers. Y nada, estamos con muchas ganas. La verdad es que hemos disfrutado mucho en los vídeos, haciendo vídeos anteriores, que podéis chequearlos en nuestro canal. Y nada, hemos tirado iniciativa y vamos a ver qué pasa.
Bueno, ya está visto, ¿no?
Sí, y nada, pues intentaremos ir traduciendo un poquito y tal, pero lo mismo la vorágine nos come, ¿eh? O sea que... Pero bueno, de una manera u otra, ahí estamos. Gracias. Let's
Bueno.
go.
So I have a critical.
That's for you.
Okay, perfect. The first thing I think is, what did you say, Raymond, in Russian?
Well, no,
Come
no,
on,
no.
man. Do you start
need-
to international channel here?
And I say that we need to learn Russian language too. It's this.
Okay.
I now only can sing in Russian in my family. Okay.
Okay, it's there. Well, okay, perfect. Well, Karen, please.
Yes.
We would like to know which is your favorite game, role game, which favorite movie, and your favorite music band, or maybe what kind
Musical
of
theme
music?
from a BCO.
Yes, please.
Oh man, I did not prepare,
Yeah.
My favorite game, like
improve, please.
my favorite role-playing game.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh, well, game
Oh
if you want
gosh.
Well,
to.
some one that you like.
Karen, do
There's
you want
so
to
many.
do you want to? We can do it all of the rest, and then you're thinking.
Mhm.
Oh no, it's fine.
Okay.
I will do it. I'm looking at my shelf of games
Mhm.
Oh,
when I
very
think about
good.
games. Like which one? Um, oh God, I don't know. I think I will say I really enjoy Fiasco.
Fiasco.
Very good.
Probably a game that I think everyone can enjoy. And it was one of the first games that I started playing when I started playing like indie games.
Mhm.
And so that has a very kind of special place in my heart, as just a game that really opened up for me the world of like what you can do with games. That's not just rolling dice.
Of course. So we also indie games. We also discover a year ago, maybe, no, or 2 years ago. So always, I understand perfectly what you say. And a movie, or maybe not a movie, a book, or maybe a music band, just to know a little bit about you.
Um, I will say one of my favorite movies that I watched all the time as a kid and still could always enjoy is Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid. I don't know if you're familiar with it. It's Robert Redford and Paul Newman
Ah,
as bandits. I like crime movies. I like movies about bank heists and people stealing money from
okay.
rich people. Any movie where someone steals from the man, I enjoy. But yeah, Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid. It's a comedy, but it kind of looks like a Western.
Wow.
And I watched it all the time when I was a kid, and I still really like it.
Okay, perfect. Yes.
Wh-
It can be a very good game to play also, no? This movie in
Oh, it would make a very good Fiasco game,
mm.
actually, now that I think about it, because the ending, spoiler, is not great.
Spoiler alert.
It has a very Fiasco-like ending for our heroes
Okay.
who have a lot of plans and try very hard to get away, and they just make more and more trouble for themselves.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, now that I think about it, it could be a
Yes,
Fiasco game.
could be a fiasco. Perfect.
Hmm.
So, Ramon and Karen, you
The,
draw.
the,
You draw. So,
and
Uh,
the
uh,
music is
okay. Music?
Oh, favorite music. Um,
it's possible
I
to a style of music if you don't want
Yes.
to choose one band.
yeah, I don't know. It's I feel like maybe I don't listen to enough music. I like swing music.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
I like music like Etta James. I like Miles Davis and like
Oh,
Thelonious
Miles
Monk.
Davis.
Oh,
Yeah.
Miles Davis.
So
Great.
I find more and more now I actually like music that's just instrumental, so I can
Mm-hmm.
play it and not get distracted by the lyrics.
Yes.
Because working from home, I have my headphones on all the time. So I listen to a lot of instrumental music.
Okay.
uh,
Great. Great.
it's the turn of Karen to explain that you want, but I only want a little question. Is in reference with the question of Jordi or Rioli. It's you say about your favorite game, but what is the last game you play?
Oh, the last game I played was Monster of the Week. I'm in an
Oh,
ongoing campaign.
Ramon loves
Yeah.
it.
I'm playing now. Yeah, I'm playing now.
Oh, it's
It's a
good.
very ugly gargoyle.
Nice.
Yeah. And what is
Yeah,
your character? It's possible to.
my character, I played the Spooky, and she has either very good or very bad luck. So it's all the moves that are about like jinx, and she gets dreams, but she can't control it. So I really try to enjoy when I roll poorly because her luck just backfires, and sometimes bad things happen when she was trying to help.
Oh,
When,
So-
when could we arrange some game with Karen?
Oh,
Maybe. Why not?
yeah.
Boys, would you mind if I translate something into Spanish?
Yes, please.
Yeah. Bueno, pues le hemos preguntado a Karen, para conocerla un poquito más, que nos comentara sobre un juego, una película y un estilo de música. Y Karen nos comenta como juego Fiasco y como película, no recuerdo el nombre, pero sé que,
Robert Redford and
sé-
Paul Newman. you
que
said.
es algo de Robert Redford, Paul Newman, que es una
Sí,
banda
dos
de
hombres-
gángsters,
dos hombres sin
algo así,
destino.
estilo western o
dos
algo así.
hombres-
Un momento, ¿le podemos decir que nos lo escriba para que lo sepamos exactamente cuál es y
Two
referenciarlo? y ya
Men
está?
and a Destiny, you said?
Nah, yeah.
No?
No, you
No,
you can write please the name, the exact name
title
of
of the
the
movie?
film. Yeah,
Because we're
in
trying
the
to maybe
I'll put it in chat. Yeah.
look for the Spanish title or something. Y de música, pues nos ha comentado Miles Davis, pero bueno, cualquier
Swing.
empieza a gustarle el
Ah,
swing, la
Bugsy.
música instrumental, que la letra no le distraiga mucho. Y lo último que ha jugado, que le ha preguntado Ramón, es Monster of the Week.
llevando un fantasma.
Eso es, que parece que tiene muy mala suerte. Es que claro, yo no conozco el juego, pero tiene como cosas de mala suerte y buena suerte, que a veces se desmadra un poco, pero que es como bastante divertido, parece, de jugar, ¿no?
Muy divertido. Bueno, sí, es un PBTA realmente, pero bueno. La película era Butch Cassidy
Creo que
and the
es-
Sundance Kiss. Ok. Well, Karen, it's your turn to explain that you want.
Maybe you can ask something if you want to.
Yeah,
or,
if you want to.
Yeah, I would
Sí,
actually
sí,
love
dos
to
hombres.
hear.
Confirmo, dos hombres y un destino.
Sí.
Okay.
I
no
would
puede ser
love
otra.
to hear from you all maybe a story from one of your campaigns where something went badly. Because I like games, like Monster of the Week, where failure can be a good thing. And and like Fiasco, games about people getting into trouble. So like, what is a story from one of your...
Dice el
Uh-oh, is it me?
No, I think it's
me.
easy. A ver, pásate un poco el... Mejor.
So what is a story from one of your games where things just went very, very badly for your characters?
Okay, I think for now we're playing Dungeons and Dragons campaign. It's Ramon is the GM. El Valle de los Huesos, the Bones Valley, more or less, could be the translation. And at the first part of the campaign is what's so interesting, because we are into a city. We love the city. We are very connected to the city. We love the city, in fact. But in at the end of the first season, as we could say, the city is destroyed, completely destroyed. And it was a shock for us, because we have bonded a lot with the city. Even my character had the family there, and it was so shocked because everything was destroyed, and we have to be exiliated to to the desert, because in fact it's like a Mad Max setting. And it was we've got the city, but the rest is desert. It's so hard to live there, and well, I think things couldn't be so much wrong. And it was fun because we continued doing our campaign, and we explored a city of worms, so it's strange, but it was like human worms.
Human worms.
The name of the race is the human worms, but it's only people with a very white skin, because
because of the desert, they live under the earth, and it was like another civilization with slaves and changings by gems, I think, instead of money. And it was so interesting because we think, as I said before, that the city was destroyed was really shock for us. It could be. What can I do now? No? My parent went for the other side. We are really lost, but we discovered that we are maybe the chosen to find a solution to this very big enemy that we've got it. And it was so good. The way we are exploring, I think it's so interesting from a disaster to now, and now we are keeping discovering. But I think it's from a disaster that it's really a break because maybe how many seasons, how many sessions, Ramon?
Well,
The city,
I
maybe
can say this.
60 hours, 70
65
hours
hours. We play
in the
65
city.
hours, but the really is
The book.
the book. It's only for 3 sessions or 6 hours in total. Okay,
This is
but
Ramon Magic.
but I understand that if I want to the fall of the city is really important for the players, I need to do this city important for us, and then we play a lot in this city, and then when it's crash, it's like take your heart and put
Yeah,
in the floor.
it was really so hard because we love. Well, I was captain in the army of the city, and it was really.
Vamos a traducir brevemente porque hemos hablado un buen rato y para que no
But
sea...
the question have to be answered by every one of us, or maybe just...
No, it just kind of as a group.
Okay.
Bueno, pues Karen nos preguntaba algún juego que hayamos jugado en que haya habido un desastre o un fallo, una complicación.
Un final fatídico, ¿no?
Desastrosa. Y yo le he comentado lo del Valle de los Huesos, que aprovecho para decir que está en nuestro canal, que si queréis echarle un ojito, pues está bien. Y le he comentado pues esto, del principio echamos como unas 65 horas, según calcula Ramón, en nuestra...
Tormenta de fuego.
En nuestra ciudad. Y, es Tormenta de Fuego.
Sí, no, es la primera parte, pero
vale, okay.
Luego vas al valle.
Y total, que le comentamos porque estaban muy conectados hacia la ciudad y el bueno de Ramón nos la destruyó entera de arriba abajo. Y fue un gran show para nosotros, para mi personaje, para todos en general, como teníamos que salir exiliados y tal, pero que nos ha permitido explorar otras cosas. Ir a la ciudad de los gusanos y
reclamaciones a Luis Montejano y Shadowlands, que son los escritores. Okay, well, and then it's my turn to ask, yes?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Yeah,
Well, Karen, we have very pretty asks in my computer, but I need to ask another.
Come on.
Yeah.
You cannot get out of the...
I long time thinking about I say let it go. Okay, let it go. I don't know if it's the right translation, but I I try to talk about when you this feeling of you need to let it go so many things in role play, not only your best idea in your mind that can't materialize it because your friend throw another good idea before you, and you need to accept it for do this this good climate, this good it's I talking to this, but about the preparation of the some sense when you are the game master. And I think, okay, well, I think in this scene, in this very dark street is very good for the story, but this scene never do it. And some masters, I think it's possible to need to redirect for this.
They try to force, no?
I think for a long time about it's very good this feeling of let it go. If you don't use in this moment, you can use in another moment, and the next idea is possible to do better than the last one. And I want to explain your point of this, please.
I think so. I think having an improv mindset is very helpful in gaming. And I started role play gaming in high school, and then years later started doing improv, and was like, oh my God, this is the same. This is very useful. I think my gaming is going to get better because I'm in improv. I'm practicing things like letting it go, as you said. I'm learning to be flexible and to not pre-script, to not plan too much about what I want to do. And definitely, I think GMs struggle with that because you spend so much time planning. You plan, and it's so much work. You plan, these dungeons, you plan these monsters, you have all of these other characters, and then your players come and just
go
do
home.
something different. Yeah, they just do something completely different. And that's so frustrating. And improv really helped me just be okay with that. Of like you said, I can bring it back later. They don't have to fight that monster now. I can always reuse these ideas later. And so improv really helped me just become more flexible and less stuck when things don't go well. And also it helped me really lean into playing these types of indie games where the characters fail, where bad things happen, and the story is what do you do about that? What next? So it really helped me think about not having like a failure in games, but just something bad happens. And like that is an interesting thing in the plot. We wouldn't want to watch a movie where the characters get everything they want and it's super easy. That's not satisfying. So when you think about role-play gaming as telling a satisfying story, you need to have your characters struggle a little.
I read this in the book. You speak about this. It's like it's something like fail forward and play to lose.
Yeah.
It was a few programs ago. We were talking with another friend about drama. We were talking about drama, but we finally we finished the conversation talking about maybe we use too much drama in role playing. This is true that drama gives you the more maybe the feelings more powerful just to play and to do this continuity to the scenes and this continuity to the evolution of the player. But we were talking also about it's typical that the background of a player is drama. Is my father is dead.
The tragic backstory.
The tragic backstory. It's typically tragic. But why is tragic always? Because maybe the human. I'm talking now about the humans. Look for these kind of things. But okay, it's very interesting the fail and continue all these things. But I would like to give this point because it was very interesting about why the background is not from a successful history and all the life is perfect, and maybe later it will be more.
We can play the fall of this character and deep in the drama again. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. We start with drama. Why we start always with drama? Okay, that's a point.
No, please.
Oh, I think I love dramatic games where you get to explore feelings that you wouldn't explore in your normal life. Those can be really powerful and interesting. But yeah, the tragic backstory is something that I think we slide into a little too much, and we all want to play Batman with his very tragic backstory of my parents are dead and I'm sad, which is, it gets boring. It is fun. Ramon, as you said, to like start with a perfect character and then you can tell the story about their demise. That can be fun too. So it all just depends, I think, on the type of story you want to tell. Different games will guide you to different types of stories. So Dungeons and Dragons is normally the story about winning and getting stronger.
Yeah. Epic game,
yeah.
epic history.
Yeah, and that's amazing. You know, you build up these stories with these characters who get stronger and stronger and stronger. The fights get more epic. It can be very dramatic because the mechanics drive that. You can do so many other things with Dungeons and Dragons, like people do, and you know, have comedic stories, have fun, lighthearted stories. But the mechanics encourage you to just get better at things and fight harder.
Well, I could talk to you about rootcast, but maybe we will talk about this in another day. But I am the only one turtle. You know turtle, the race in D&D, turtles. I am the only one. The rest were died, and I'm the only one.
No.
And this is very dramatic, and this is a campaign we are loving in this campaign. But this it will be explained another day. This is your turn, Visati.
Sí, porque te has pegado un salto de caballo bastante guapo ahí, Jordi. Está bien, está. ¿Puedes traducir un poco, porfa, Visatis, de esto último que se ha hablado?
Bueno, si queréis resumo un poco en general. Ramón le pregunta qué pasa cuando se prepara una partida, o el maestro se prepara y entonces los jugadores van por otro lado. Y
sobre todo el sentimiento
de
desprendimiento, ¿no? El déjalo ir, ¿no? El que tu idea que tienes ahora, esa que es tan maravillosa, a lo mejor tu compañero dice otra y ya no tiene sentido decirla, con lo cual déjala y busca la nueva, que a lo mejor es mejor incluso que la que habías pensado, al igual que te pasa como máster cuando haces eso también, ¿no?
Entonces, Karen, si recuerdo bien, comenta que es un poco, también es normal, porque otra vez el micro.
Sí, es que cuando roza con la barba o con el de
de verdad.
Ahora mejor.
Bueno, pues eso. Y Karen comenta que, bueno, que es normal, ¿no? También que el máster tiene mucho trabajo previo y demás, y que se ve para dungeons, monstruos y cosas de estas, y claro, cuando los jugadores se van por otro lado, pues es un poco frustrante, ¿no? Pero hay que dejarlo ir un poco y, bueno, pues dejarlo eso, como bien decía Ramón, para otro momento, si es necesario o no, ¿no? Entonces, luego Jordi comentaba, creo recordar, sobre el drama y sobre el background de los personajes, que normalmente son vidas un poco turbulentas o un pasado turbulento, y que qué pasa con pues las vidas perfectas, ¿no? Que también puede haber vidas perfectas de personajes o backgrounds, por lo menos, ¿no? Y se comentaba un poco, pues que a todos nos gusta jugar un poco el Batman, el personaje dramático ¿no? Que en principio el otro es un poco más aburrido, pero que también puede ser una fuente de diversión. Y creo que más o menos era eso, ¿no?
Perfect, Isati. You talk perfectly Spanish.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah. I try my best, baby. It's my tour, I think.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
The last, but not the worst. No, you said always.
The last, but not least.
But not least.
Yeah.
Okay, but the last, but not the least. Okay.
Okay, maybe continuing with the failure. I love when you wrote that we have to transform the failure into complication. It's because the concept is different. It comes with a new, new opportunity to develop the game, and I think to get to really in contact with that concept, the cooperative in game with the whole group has to be very important. I think. What do you think about it, if you don't mind?
Sorry, could you repeat the question a little bit?
Yeah. Transforming failure into complication, it's very good, but I think it has to be in the whole table, not only players, but also GM. And if one player think about, it's a complication, but the rest of the players, in theory, have to be linked with that idea. Because I think to go all together to transform this failure into complication and to go a step forward in gaming, I think.
Yeah, it's really important that everybody agrees what type of game you're playing and everybody wants the same things. because it's so frustrating when you realize, maybe there's one person at the table who's kind of playing a different game than everybody else, and they don't have the same goals, or you realize that person is you, and you thought the game was going to be about one thing and everybody else is trying to tell a different story. That can be very frustrating. I think there's so much that's important to agree upon in the beginning of doing like a session 0, not just where you make the characters, but where you talk about together, like, what types of things do we want in this story?
Expectative. We talk about expectatives.
Yeah, set expectations, and then everybody is all working towards the same goal. And it should be, it's really up to everybody to make sure that everybody is having fun. I know we put a lot of power on the GM to run the game, to make all of the drama, to make sure everybody's having fun. And I really think it's everybody's responsibility. So if you feel like there's somebody at the table who's disagreeing, anybody can stop and check in and say, I think maybe our expectations are different right now. Because at the end of the day, we're trying to have fun, right? Like it's supposed to be a game. It's supposed to be a game. And I think sometimes we get very caught up in, what we thought we wanted from it.
I don't know, maybe is this an international issue, but we call the social contract to talk before starting, to talk about the expectations and what do you want.
Yeah, the social contract is very important to make sure that everybody has that.
Okay, so now Ramon?
Well, I have too many questions really, but I think it's a good moment for primero que business a little bit translate of this last part, and then start to ask the
things about a book, maybe. Or...
Yeah. This I think it is like. But this is all related with the things are in the book, but not specifically questions,
Okay. Bueno, pues yo le he preguntado a Karen de una cosa que escribe ella en el libro, que es cambiar el concepto de fallo a complicación, ¿no? Y que es muy importante, por lo menos para mí, y bueno, lo hemos corroborado, como que esta conceptualización tiene que ir un poco con todo, en un trabajo cooperativo con toda la mesa, ¿no? Entonces Karen comentaba que es muy bueno tener todos unas expectativas y saber a lo que se juega, ¿no? La importancia de la sesión 0, no solamente para hacer personajes, sino también para saber qué espera cada uno, qué piensa cada uno del juego, porque a veces se pueden producir desbalanceos, ¿no? Entre lo que piensa, lo que se va a jugar, lo que piensa uno y tal, y entonces puede ser bastante frustrante, y es interesante estar todos en una misma línea y saber por lo menos a lo que se juega, porque eso es lo que decía, al final del día todo lo que queremos en una mesa es divertirnos, ¿no?
That's it.
Perfect.
Venga, esas preguntas sobre el libro, sácate alguna por ahí, que tú tenías unas cuantas preparadas.
No, pues,
por ejemplo.
No sé, la que queráis. Sí. Well, this is a question, but maybe it's also an opinion. I think that the chapter when you nice and well. I think this is the title of the chapter. I think could be. No, I don't mind.
I don't know. Now I have to check.
No, because you say be nice, be.
I fall in love with this.
How to play nice.
Yeah, I think this is. This is the Bible of the role playing. It could change your mind about your role playing style, because it's amazing. Be nice. Let me check it out.
Mm-hmm.
Please.
Oh, I think I was trying to bring in a lot of what are foundational things in improv about playing nice together, and just trying to carry that idea forward, because improv is a team activity. It's a group activity. And though it might look like and might feel like you're going out there and you are responsible for making everything up yourself, you actually rely a lot on your team members, and they help take your ideas and move the plot forward, and you do the same thing. You support each other, and there's so much mutual trust and support that's very required to do improv and make up a story with an audience. And sometimes that audience is kind of drunk, and like there's a lot of pressure to make it funny every time. And so you really have to trust the people that you're performing with. And I feel like, everything I've learned in improv has helped make me a better gamer. And so especially in that chapter was really trying to think about what are the main, in my mind, like the improv rules to how to help each other that are also just going to make your game better. And again, like in the social contract, like you said, of what are the things that we should all agree to be doing.
Perfect. I think that's the 3 main points here in this chapter: be kind, be positive, be authentic. We go with that in every game, and it's awesome, really. And I think it could be difficult sometimes, but because maybe about expectative that talked Jordi before. It could be difficult because sometimes it faces with another player's thoughts, but I think if you follow these things, it changes a lot. I think it helps to whole group together come great, and as you say, come the plot to go forward, and I think it's amazing.
It's like a big construction, no? We all have to make all progress and construct together something. So if someone doesn't put some base and doesn't help, this is what we call immersion in English. Bisatis immersion. Wait, Google Translator. Immersion.
Dipping.
Dipping.
To get dipping into yeah.
We talk about to get dipping into the game. So you are in the game, you are enjoying, you are in, and suddenly someone break this, and you lose all many investment into get deep. So you look that guy and say, "Come on, why did you why did you do that?" So this is the solidaridad. Hostia, ahora ya que solidarity, no? Solidaridad. Friendship, solidarity.
Yeah.
You have to be kind and be solidarity with the others.
It sounds very it sounds very touchy-feely. It sounds very like, oh, let's all love each other and be friends.
But it is not in the
yeah.
Sorry.
You can still have this mindset of we're all going to make each other look good and play a game together and be awesome together. And then, these aren't just ideas for indie games. This is just how to collaborate. So you can still take this idea of we're all friends and we're going to, be really kind and positive and authentic with each other. Now let's go beat up that dragon. Let's go kill the lich, and you're going to still have a great game.
Yes,
fantastic.
I agree totally.
But would you mind to translate something?
Por favor.
Bueno, pues a ver si lo recuerdo todo, yo le comentaba que un capítulo que tiene ella, que es cómo jugar bien, bonito y bien.
Bueno, es la introducción, básicamente, ¿no?
Es
Que
un poco
hace
la
que...
intro, ¿no?
Ser amable.
A mí me llamó mucho la atención porque tiene como 3 puntos, que es... Bueno, pues ser asertivo, ser positivo, ser auténtico, ¿no? Y recoger todo lo de los demás y eso.
Sí, son 3 puntos, perdona, veis que en traducido sería sea amable, sé positivo y sea auténtico.
Es lo que acabo de decir, más o menos.
Bueno, vale.
Has dicho asertivo y
Claro.
te vas ahí con tu cultura
Bueno, no sé,
profunda.
No, que está muy bien, faltaría más, Ramón. Y nada, pues a ver si recuerdo bien. Comentamos que sí, ¿no? Que son como los tres pilares. Ella comentaba además cuando se hace el performing, ¿no? Cuando creo que recordar que hablaba no sé si hablaba del teatro al principio, ¿es posible? ¿O eso no lo he escuchado bien? Bueno, el caso es que hablaba que cuando juegas con la gente tienes que confiar mucho en la gente con las que estás jugando y tener la suficiente confianza como para tirar hacia adelante y bueno, pues cogiendo unas cosas de uno y de otro, ¿no? Entonces Jordi comentaba el tema de la inmersión, de que como a veces tú estás muy metido y tal y otro pues por lo que sea
te rompe, ¿no? Te rompe la inmersión.
De destruir, pero queda un poco feo, ¿no? Te rompe un poco la inmersión y tal. Entonces hay que tener un poquito más de solidaridad en estos aspectos, ¿no? Y eso, y yo lo que comentaba finalmente, que es muy importante eso, que se trabaje todos colaborativamente dentro de ese contexto para que el plot, para que el argumento, para que la partida tire hacia adelante, ¿no? Y fluya. Sería un poco...
Now, listening to Visatis, I remember one question very important in improving. In improve, that is to listen, to pay attention. Pay attention. I recognize that I have a problem to pay attention to others. Everybody knows, so I can tell here in YouTube to the worldwide. But I make efforts because I know that it's important, and I am game master and I have to be very concentrated because this is very important. Ramon always remind me, Jordi, please pay attention. This is very important.
Yes, because
I say, Ramon, you're right. Sorry.
No, but Karen talk about in one, and it's the ask
Yes.
I want to do is when you talk about the yes, because yes, you need to, and please explain yourself this point, because I think
yes, because so a big improv skill is the improv term is justification, just explaining why something is true or explaining why something makes sense. So yes, because is building on the like yes and rule of improv, of somebody has an idea and I'm going to say, yes, that is true, that is a great idea, and here is why it makes sense. So the because is very validating, and it saying yes because and justifying why something is true is going to weave their idea into the fiction, which is why listening is so important, because you want to remember all these details that people are giving you and include them all in the story.
We could include yes because, yes and, yes but. I think that the yes and whatever, it's amazing. It's really cool.
It's not easy.
It's not easy.
I can read with my in Cambridge English the paragraph of this in your book, please. Okay, when you accept and build on someone's offer, you justify why that offer is true. When you drop an offer, you are not only letting your partner know that you weren't listening, but know the onus is on them to salvage the scene by reconciling their offer and your conflicting offer. This is why we avoid negative.
And works this idea.
So improv, good, in my opinion, good improv is when things are very simple, and I'm not the improv expert, so please don't come for me in the comments. I understand. I am not saying what is and is not improv, but I like improv that is very focused and simple, and the more ideas you have, the more complications you have to justify more and more about why it's true. And then the story gets more and more complicated. And so it's very important when somebody gives you an idea, to use it and to explain like, yes, and this makes sense because, for these reasons in the story. If somebody, says something contradictory, you can either tell them, no, you're wrong, which fine. Like sometimes people forget a detail and you're like, oh, you're right. We went east, not west. It can be a simple mistake. And you can say that's not correct. Or you can try to make it true, which could be harder. Sometimes trying to force everything together can be very complicated in improv, because you're doing it all, again, with an audience that is expecting to be entertained. So you have to do things very fast. And you want to make things as easy for your partner as possible. You want to keep ideas very focused so that you can really just explore a few things instead of having so many kind of crazy ideas. So it's just, going back to listening, you really want to make sure that the things that you are adding make sense. You're not making more work for other people to make your ideas have to make sense.
It's like
I don't know if that explained it.
yes,
very
it's like to
well.
put
Jordi, espera un momento, por favor. Déjale que conteste, que lo traduzca al bis, porque si no luego le cuesta más recordar,
Okay.
¿verdad, David?
Sí, un poco, sí, estoy ahí.
See, Bisatis
focus.
will translate now to make it easy.
Bueno, Ramón le comentaba lo del sí, por qué, ¿no? La importancia del sí, por qué. Y Karen comenta que es muy interesante porque es escoger la idea que te lanzan, justificarla y además avanzar un poco en la trama, ¿no? Y entonces yo seguidamente le comento que no solo el sí, por qué, sino el sí y el sí, pero, ¿no? Que es todo la filosofía esta del sí, ¿no? Que te hace como avanzar y cogerlo del otro y... Otra vez, perdón, lechuga. Y cogerlo del... Lo que te viene para...
Es la barba.
Sí, se parece un poquito. Ahí.
Sí.
Vale, bien.
Perdón, ay, lechuga. Vale. Pues es cogerlo del otro y entonces justificarlo y demás, ¿no? Entonces Ramón ha leído un trocito del libro de Karen y luego Karen decía que es muy interesante pero que tampoco hace falta presentar ideas como muy complicadas, ¿no? Sino ideas que tengan un sentido y que sean como también, no solo cuando la lanzas y esperar a que el que la recoja lo justifique, sino que tú plantear ideas sencillas y no muy difíciles para que esa justificación y ese feedback sea como más coherente.
Sí.
Creo que no me dejó nada.
Sí, como ejemplo ponía que puede un jugador cometer un error, pero un error de decir que era por ahí, por la izquierda.
Sí, por el este o por el oeste.
Y que no, y los jugadores restantes decirles, no, te has equivocado. Pero aún así, si cabe la posibilidad, me hace la pena que ese error también utilizarlo para continuar validando, ¿no? Pero que bueno, que no confundir una cosa con la otra, ¿no? Lo que puede ser un error en una confusión en partida con lo que pueden ser vacíos que puedas rellenar con más argumentación y seguir construyendo sin necesidad de parar, ¿no? O de decirle que se están equivocando o de complicarse demasiado, exacto. I'm going to say that this like put some few blocks, small blocks in the construction of the history. Small block. It's better to put a small block in the construction that try to explain everything, because you put a big block that will maybe mash up the ideas of the rest. So improving, I say that because I make this mistake. I make this mistake. They know that suddenly in the gaming, I said, okay, what is happening is that. So then no, the improving is I agree with you that this is something that has to be constructing slowly. It's like the good coffee that you have to cook slowly.
It's put a brick, not a cathedral, no? I read in your book reference.
Okay, more questions? What do we have here?
Do you want to say something, Ramon, or
No, please.
okay?
About online gaming, maybe, Bisatis?
Well,
no, it's interesting.
I thought about, okay.
No, what do you want?
Do you want to ask? Jordi, do you want to ask?
Okay.
Well, it's up to you.
Well, this pandemic world that is like
Yeah.
we are in a RPG in life, no? It seems like well, we know what is happening in the world. This we in Spain we saw that people that didn't play in years, in 20 years, in 25 years, suddenly start to play online.
Oh, cool.
A lot of playing online.
Yes.
Yeah.
We are we are this kind
But
of
before
people
pandemic, we start before pandemic. And
yes,
pandemic,
just before, just before.
When pandemic arrived, we are ready for this. Okay?
We were visionary.
Yeah.
We were visionary. We prepared.
No. You're visionary are 5 years or 6, 7 before.
More or
us.
less. Well, the thing is that Improve for Gamers, you write this book to be adapted in online game, because in online things are different.
Yes.
We saw that it has a lot of good things. For example, we talk many times that the concentration in the game, because when we were in a table with all the friends, it always was some talkings parallel to the game and some jokes. It was something normal because we were friends from the 14 years we have in the we started 14 years old and we continue playing, so
Yeah,
it's
more or less. Yeah.
so in
Wow.
online also you have to wait someone to speak, because everyone speaking at the same time is not possible. It doesn't work.
Yeah.
So improve for gamers in online. How do you see this application?
I wish I had thought about it more when I was writing it. Because it came out and then a year later, pandemic, and I thought, oh no.
Okay.
Because so much of improv exercises work online. And I mean, I wrote the book in order to help people learn improv, because these were the types of exercises that helped me become a better gamer. And I wanted other people to be able to do that too. And I was teaching workshops. I taught workshops for many years, and at conventions and locally, and for friends. And so I just wanted other people to be able to learn it themselves and not have to go to an improv class, because those can be hard to find. They're expensive. Sometimes they're not good. And I didn't think about playing online, which is foolish, because online gaming was already a big thing. You know, so many people are streaming their games on Twitch. My husband has a Twitch channel. So I just didn't, I was just imagining the way that I was teaching it and the way that I was doing improv in person. And so many of the exercises work just fine online, but some don't, which is unfortunate. And I'm still teaching improv online. I've been teaching classes, you know, off and on this whole year, but I haven't been performing myself because I really struggled to do an online improv show. And I'm only now taking classes again so I can remember how to perform, because I miss it and I want to try to make it work. So yeah, I wish I had thought about it more when I wrote the book. Because I've loved watching your videos, and I love watching anybody who is doing the exercises online, because they're just making it work. And I think it's so great that people are taking these games and modifying them for, you know, whatever works for them. And so things that, you know, just figuring out how to do turn taking online, what are the games that work, how can we play with turning cameras off and on is really fun. But also, you know, putting it into the context of games, like we're going to take one of our game settings and play 3 things in that setting. There's lots of ways that people are modifying the games that I had never thought of. And so being able to watch more people do it has been really helpful for me to think of, and just see like all the ways that I never imagined you could modify these games to get even more out of them. So that's been really helpful for me. I love when I find people playing, 3 things on a stream, because it's really fun to just see how everybody changes it a little bit.
Great.
Y ya, ahora traduce, pero ya que estamos, ha explicado lo que le ha molado verlo, pero también podríamos decir, ¿y cómo dio con el vídeo este, no? Puedo...
Sí,
por eso.
Pero muy breve, como hemos dicho, tampoco hace falta aquí.
Sí, lo que tú quieras, sí.
No, que queramos.
I'm giving you a lot to translate, I know.
Al principio comentaba Jordi sobre la distribución del libro, que está como muy bien distribuida, y que es una cosa que a él le cuesta, y Karen dice que un poco a ella también. Y luego hemos pasado al contenido online con esto de la pandemia y tal. Yo le he explicado un poco los comportamientos de mesa y fuera y demás, y luego cómo se adapta, ¿no? Cómo se podría adaptar esto de las Improv, ¿no? El Improv for Gamers. Y Karen lamenta un poquito que no lo haya, que lo escribió un año antes y quizás no pensó demasiado en esto. Bueno, de hecho no pensó nadie en esto, ¿no? Porque la verdad los pilló a todos un poco. Pero que está bien porque ve que algunas cosas funcionan, porque mira vídeos y demás, otras no tanto, no pueden ser adaptadas, pero ve que las cosas funcionan, que se está tirando mucho por ahí, que de hecho su marido tiene un canal de Twitch, quiero recordar.
Pues le tenemos que decir que nos lo diga para...
Claro. Y que sí, que ella está con esto de las clases y tal, pero que es difícil, ¿no? Que hubiera estado muy bien haber pensado un poco más en este tipo de contenido online, pero que sí que ve gente que lo está haciendo y está adaptando y demás, y que la verdad está viendo que hay muchas cosas que funcionan. Está muy bien.
Okay, 2 fast questions. One fast question and another, it's possible not fast, okay? First, how you find our videos of...
I use TweetDeck for Improv for Gamers. You can set it up to let you know certain keywords. And every few months I remember, I have an Improv for Gamers Twitter. I should tweet something. I look and see what are people talking about with improv and gaming. And I look for keywords like improv, gaming, and also hashtag Improv for Gamers. And sometimes I'll just retweet things that people are saying, or join a conversation where people are talking about improv and gaming. And I think I found the video from just the keywords, and started watching it. And it so YouTube does automatic captions, which are not good, and then automatically translates it to English, which is worse. So I could barely. It really made very little sense. I have to translate.
I have to translate for her. So.
But yeah, it was interesting just to see what you guys were doing with the games. But unfortunately, the translation was very bad because it's all the YouTube automatic translation.
I think because maybe some slangs we use it is very difficult for the Google. Google is not God.
Yeah.
It's not God, Google.
It's the technological God.
Automatic translate is already like maybe 75% accurate, and then translating that into English, some of it did not make sense, but I understood some of it.
Okay, perfect.
Okay, and the other question is, I know in Spanish it's sold out Improv for Gamers. You can you can buy this book in English, of course, in Spain. It's not. It's I think the close country you can buy is from England. I think now.
Wow.
But
Ramon, Can we get a PDF version? Could we?
Yeah, PDF
PDF?
version you can buy
Yeah,
it.
but
This is
in printed is sold out.
yeah, I think I saw printed edition. Okay, and well, the question is, I think you work in a second edition. It's possible. This is with more content.
Maybe.
With
I don't.
maybe
I
with
don't. I don't know for sure. I don't know if I can say for sure. I want to write a second edition, and I want to update it with more content, and I want to talk about improv online
online
and
chapter.
how to how to do these online, and also share some of the great ways that people have been making the games more relevant for for their particular campaigns. I want to update a lot of things and add new exercises because I'm still always learning new things. I like to still take classes.
It will be great.
I perform with different people and we swap exercises. We're always trying to learn new things. So there's stuff that I teach now in the workshops that is not in the book that I would love to put in there. I don't have a contract yet. I hopefully will. I will find a way. I'm waiting to see if Evil Hat will run a Kickstarter to put out a second edition. Because we didn't do a Kickstarter for the first one. We just made it. And it had a limited run and it is running out. We're gonna sell all the books hopefully and then not make any more. Because that's just how it goes. So hopefully we can make a second edition and then get more translations of it too. Because right now I think it's translated in, oh no, what is it translated into? Is it, it's translated into Chinese, I think. And it was going to be translated into Spanish or Portuguese, but that didn't happen. I don't know why. And Italian, it's in Italian. And it's just up to if there are translators that want to do it. Evil Hat will give them the rights to do so. And I get a tiny little bit of money from that.
Yeah, okay. Well,
little bit. But yeah, so the book is going to unfortunately be out of print at some point because we're not printing more copies. But Evil Hat will sell the PDF. And if you buy the book anywhere on eBay or in a store or from England, you can send a copy of the game, a photo of the receipt to Evil Hat, and they will send you the PDF for free. So they always include a PDF in sales. Always. So if you don't buy it from them, you can show them proof of purchase somewhere else.
Perfect.
Traducimos un poquito así para que a Luis no le cueste tanto.
Vale, venga. Pues Ramón le ha hecho dos preguntas. La primera era que cómo nos había contactado o cómo había hecho para saber de nosotros. Y ella comentaba que buscando con las palabras claves, pues nos había encontrado en Twitter y luego pues viendo nuestros vídeos y demás, pero que la traducción era un poco, la traducción automática que
haciendo capturas
hace,
ahí.
Sí, es un poco... que no le acabó de funcionar, pero bueno, por ahí nos encontró, ¿no? Y la segunda era que le preguntábamos por su segunda edición, que en España la primera está agotada y demás, y ella nos comenta que bueno, que no sabe si lo puede decir, pero bueno, que ahí está intentando con la segunda, que parece que a lo mejor hay un kit starter, porque la primera se sacó con un número limitado de copias y ya no se ha vuelto a hacer, que hay algunos, se traducen algunos idiomas, cree en italiano y cree que en chino.
Estaba previsto,
supongo
pero...
que en portugués quizá, porque en español no está, y que lo puedes, Ramón comenta que se puede comprar físicamente en Inglaterra, y ella comenta que si les envías el recibo a Evil Hat, pues te envían el PDF.
Bueno.
Y ya está.
Muy bien. Pues
chicos, no sé, ¿cómo vamos de tiempo? ¿Queréis más? Yo aquí estoy.
I am the time.
Do you have problem with time, Karen?
No.
Okay.
You are okay? Yes.
Usually, I am the time man. I try to make short videos. I say it always to them. Short videos are best. People.
Editor of the scene, ¿no? Editor, ¿no? ¿Cómo se dice? Lo pone en el libro, allí, lo de editar una escena. Ellos dicen que se encarga de editar la escena. No sé cómo es el término en inglés.
So, I was thinking because you talk about online chapter, maybe in your second edition. And I don't know if maybe you already write something about this, but I would like to explain you that Ramon uses a improved technique in his games, online games. So maybe it could be an idea for you. He proposed to think together about a thing, maybe sometimes a thing, sometimes a creature, sometimes a place, and
a character too.
A character.
So funny with
he
with
proposed to imagine together how is this object, how is this place, how is this character. If I start, I can talk about the colors of the form, or about what things this character with this place, when was constructed. Well, then if you imagine when I arrived to the PC, this is this is 10 o'clock. I'm going to play.
It's a warmer.
Roll online. Yes,
it's a warmer. Yeah.
It's a warmer. So in online I think it's very, very important to be a good warmer. And some techniques to start good, to start with a good to get deeping fast, just to not lose time. It's just a suggestion.
Yeah, I think the warm-ups are some of the most useful things from the book, because you can do them just to get ready to play, and I would love to add more. Again, like part of the purpose of the book was just to share ways that you can practice different gaming skills, and you can practice the same skills that we use in gaming through these kind of fun, silly theater games. So there's some that are very, and I try to explain for each exercise, like this exercise practices this one skill, and if you want to get better at this skill, you could play this one game a lot. But I think, just having one game at the start of your session and having different warm-ups is so helpful, just to get in the mood and to get warmed up.
And I think it's so important in this case we are commenting, because Ramo, what we are doing, this collaborative description comes into the game.
Yes.
I mean, if we describe a person, maybe it's an NPC, or if we describe an object, it's an important object for the season or wherever. It's not only to warm up, but also it touches importance on the game.
Yeah, that's so smart.
Yeah, I think it's the point is you are start to make your brain work, and this that you imagine together, it's important for the play before, and then when this thing or person, place is seen appears, well, this is we I create together, no? And I think you see with all the players see with the same ace. Okay, because it's
a
great idea.
Yeah,
I like a lot.
I take with another people. Okay, it's not my but I use I think in every session of game.
Te traduzco un poquitín, ¿queréis? Translate a little bit, yeah. Bueno, pues comenta Jordi el tema que hacemos de la imaginación compartida al principio de la sesión, ¿no? Como una sugerencia muy chula. Se me ha olvidado antes decir, perdón, en la traducción de antes, que Karen está trabajando en la segunda edición, añadiendo cosas nuevas, cogiendo feedback y poniendo algo, pensando también en el rol online, que eso no lo he dicho antes. pues eso, y Karen comenta que está muy bien esto de hacer un warm-up, un calentamiento previo para meterse un poco en harina, que ayuda mucho, ¿no?, a meterse dentro de la sesión. Y bueno, yo comentaba que no solo es la descripción esta, sino que además esta descripción siempre está en juego, ¿no?, en la sesión o durante la aventura o en algún momento, ¿no? Y Ramón dice, bueno, porque no es una idea totalmente suya, sino que la recoge también de otros autores. Y creo
Sí,
que
yo lo escuché por primera vez en un vídeo de Pepe Pedraz,
de
realmente.
Pepe, ¿no?
Okay. You have any question? I see the index of the book, and I think it's full of exercises. Amazing, and I love to not only the exercise. I love to the reference to another books and to another
Oh yeah.
artist. It's okay. My brain scratch with this is yeah. It's okay. It's full of love. Yeah. And I see the table of contents, and I think okay. The exercise from the chapter characters led with your body,
Yeah.
I think it's amazing because you may stay paralyzed, and you only need to start with any move and construct about this move your character. And you can explain what do you think about this this exercise, this chapter?
Yeah, so the kind of lead with your body exercise is a way to find a character very physically and hold that character in your body, which is very helpful in LARPing to stay in character. It's also very fun to be in character at the table, and there's so much acting that you can do from the waist up, that you can still do online. That even though we're in this box, and but it is an exercise that traditionally asks you to kind of move around and kind of try walking different ways, try swinging your arms different ways. It's a very physical exercise in order to practice getting into a character. And then kind of once you have that and you've discovered like, oh, my character kind of moves their hand a certain way, holds their head a certain way, then you can kind of sit down with that character. And once you kind of remember like maybe what the touchstone is of that character, you can bring it back really quickly, which is very helpful for a GM who has a lot of NPCs. You want them all to be different. And we're not all voice actors. We can't all make our characters sound very different, but we can hold our body differently. We can say, oh, this one character is always, wiping his nose because he's nervous and has a drug problem. I don't know. And, or this one character is always touching their hair because they're very vain, like me, because I'm always messing with my hair.
And see the watch too.
Yeah. And then you can bring that character back very easily. So it's helpful for LARPers to really feel their character and have something that helps them stay grounded. It's helpful for GMs to quickly tell the difference between their characters, and it's helpful for players again to kind of really get into the mood. If you really want to have more of an acting element to your game, you can have more physicality. But it is an exercise that traditionally would be something that you would do very physically, and you would move around, and so it's one of those ones that I don't know if it translates very well to doing online. I would love to see how people are doing it.
I was thinking that, and I have to say that yes.
Yes, I think yes.
Don't you think, Ramon?
Yeah, because
Sorry, tell Ramon.
No, I think you can make this move in your hand inside to create to the character is credible. Okay, if you arrive to a bar and the old man in the corner are constantly take with the fingers in the table. Okay, I can take this in my mind when I start to describe the scene, and this character I construct about this movement because I don't know this character is there before, because my players arrive to the bar and take the story to the other side and go to the bar, and then I explain. ¿Se entiende?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. And I think that's great because, again, I'm just coming from my background and having done improv always in person. I'm not always thinking about how to do it any other way because I'm just going with what I'm most familiar with. So again, I love seeing how people are making this work in ways that I wouldn't have thought you could do.
I was going to say that you have another resource. You have another way to do that in online, and I see Ramon I see Ramon beside this, but I'm in love with Ramon. This is why I'm always referencing Ramon. But he uses the same music when the same character appears.
Oh, that's so cool.
So this resource is very useful because when you listen to the music, you know that this character is there. So it's true that in a camera to make some movements, you are limited.
Yeah.
You can put a hat, or maybe you can take out the glasses. I don't know.
Yeah.
But the music is very powerful in online games.
Yeah, that's really cool.
I love that.
I don't know if I've played with a GM online who is savvy enough to play music.
This is like a DJ, but the thing is that Ramon was DJ, so was this jockey, was DJ, so he uses. Well, Bisati, some last question maybe, because I cut the scene. The scene I cut now.
Trasladamos algo. Translate something, you know.
Sí, a ver si me lo ponéis cada vez más difícil, ¿eh?
Claro, porque es que
porque os alargáis ahí.
Nos engorilamos. Sí.
Bueno, pues Ramón ha comentado algo sobre el apartado de los personajes y de cómo relacionarlos con el movimiento para entrar dentro de la inversión del personaje. Entonces Karen comentaba que bueno, quizás es una de las cosas más difíciles de hacer en online, ¿no? Porque más ella está acostumbrada como para hacerlo en persona y tal, ¿no? Como los movimientos o cómo se ondean las manos o algún tic, pues te puede recordar a ese personaje, pero que igualmente sigue siendo bastante útil para cuando estás dentro de un personaje y quieres recordar algo, pues volver a esa touchstone, a esa base para recordar cómo es ese personaje. También recomienda mucho para los masters, ¿no? Que tienen un montón de personajes, pues recordar ese tic, ese movimiento, ese usarse el pelo, que te puede recordar un poco el mood, el estado, el carácter, la personalidad de ese personaje en cuestión. Y luego Jordi comentaba lo de la música, además que Ramón relaciona el tema de la música con un personaje, entonces como que es otro sentido que también en el online se da y se produce, se puede producir y te conecta también, ¿no? Y el poder de la música dentro del rol online.
Very well, man.
¿Qué? ¿Qué
que te lanzas.
In my opinion, we have to make some like 10, 25 minutes more and close.
25?
No, 15. Sorry, 10.
Jordi.
15.
Okay.
It's my job.
It's your job, yes. Okay.
Karen, let me ask something, please.
Yes,
okay.
I would like to get into trouble to you, Karen. Excuse me. Do you think this improves could be inside of railway gaming?
Interesting.
I'm not sure what you mean. Sorry.
Railway gaming is a game, a role-playing game.
Railroading.
Railrolling?
Okay.
Okay, railrolling. Excuse me. Do you think this improv could be inside of it?
I'm not sure what you mean. Like, could it be inside of it? Like, could it?
I mean, if a GM, it's you have to go by this way and later the other, and later the other. To put into a improv could be a disaster for that plot.
I think that you can do a lot with improv. I don't think improv just means the GM isn't prepared. I know that the phrase improv GM means, a GM who isn't very planned, who isn't railroading a plot. And so while I do think an improv mindset is great for when things don't go as planned, there's so much more that are like improv skills that you can still be doing, even if you have a very planned kind of railroady plot, because you can still be listening. You can all still be making each other look good. You as a GM can be taking in everything that people are saying and crafting it into your next session. And it's okay to have a game that is kind of scripted. One of my favorite GMs at conventions, I always try to get into his games. They're very scripted games, but they're really fun, and I love them. And he pitches to get everybody to have those expectations. He says, I GM my games like I direct a movie. So we're going to talk about what the audience sees. I'm going to set up scenes for you. So he'll say things like, okay, this is a great scene for you and you to talk about this. And so he kind of directs the scenes. And it's a very, I think, we think about it as like a very traditional style of gaming, but it's so fun. Because I don't have to, it's like, yes, just tell me what to do. I'm in this scene. Great. I'm going to do this. Perfect. I don't have to think as much. I can just have a character and have fun and trust that because I know this GM crafts amazing stories, I know I'm going to have fun. So I think, improv is not just about you have to make it up. You can absolutely have a very well-planned game, but you want to set those expectations for people. Again, so people are all on the same page. And so people going into those games know, like, you can't take this one off the rails. It's supposed to go this way because I am directing a movie. This is my script. And I've only written half of it.
Great.
Very good.
Venga, traducción rápida, por favor.
Traducción rápida, por favor.
Sí, que si no nos liamos y es más difícil.
Bueno, pues yo le he preguntado si las railroading, o como es, Ramón.
Railroading.
En las partidas de este tipo se podía introducir esta impro, ¿no? Y ella contesta que sí, que se puede, y que incluso hablaremos más, no tanto de los ejercicios, sino de las habilidades, ¿no? De saber escuchar, de saber responder, de meterse, ¿no? Y comenta ella un máster que le gusta mucho, que lo tiene bastante guionizado, sabe por dónde va a ir, e incluso describe escenas y mete directamente a dos personajes y le dices, vosotros dos vais a hablar de esto, y entonces dentro de ese tipo de cosas, pues se lo pasan también muy bien haciendo este tipo de improvisaciones, porque ellos no se lo esperan, pero saben a lo que van, ¿no? Y lo que también comenta que es muy importante, que todos estén en la misma onda, ¿no? En la misma vibra, que sepan a lo que van a jugar, ¿no? En the same page, que es un poco lo importante en estos casos.
Yes. Vale. Yo tengo que decir, I need to say that the name of some exercise I really love of your book, and it's in Status. We really enjoy a lot of playing Death in 60 Seconds. It's very, very funny, and we play online, okay, and it's possible. I think it's very physical game too, because you can do mimic, but in online it's too good. I think one of my favorites, and this don't play it, but is giving a present.
Oh yeah.
Giving a present, I love it because all the significance of this, the improv itself is a present, no? It's and I think, wow, this is touch my heart. This from the chapter timing, we play in color and advance.
Oh
And
yeah, I
it's
love that.
very,
Very funny.
exigent and
Very
exigent.
funny
Yeah, funny, but you need
to be focused.
to think, be focused, and then color, then advance, color, advance. Okay, it's. Don't play Half-Life, but I think it's very, very, very interesting and 3 lines sense
Yeah.
to learn to do the play, the phrases, with the really important, and don't start to explain all the things of well, okay.
Is it difficult, isn't it? Yeah, it's so
Mm.
difficult. Just 3 lines to set something.
Mhm.
Can explain something about one of these exercise, or what is your favorite, or something you think about it?
Oh God, I like color in advance a lot. I think it's very helpful for GMs to practice the difference between just plot, 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 this happens and this happens and this happens, and describing things, because you can do too much of one or the other. I think I mentioned it. I was in a game once, and we were in a dungeon, and the GM described everything in the dungeon. There's this row of dirty, tarnished, rusty cages, and then an oubliette. And at the bottom, and we're like, well, let's go look at the oubliette, because it's a cool word. I like saying it. Let's look in the pit. And we look in there. There's some bones and a shiny tin cup. And all the players were like, that must be important. It was not important. We're like, why mention it? Why would you spend so much time mentioning this tin cup if it weren't like magical? We spent 20 minutes detect magic on the cup. I cast a and so sometimes you don't need to explain everything. Sometimes it is really fun, so that you're all imagining the same thing. Like Ramon, as you were talking about, so we can all like see the same thing in our minds. That's really helpful. So color in advance is a really useful exercise just to understand which one
balance, maybe,
the
no?
balance.
The balance.
Yeah, because you might, as a GM, do more than one than the other than you think. You as a player might prefer more than one than the other. I think I was in a game of Blades in the Dark once.
Oh, yeah.
And they have, in the downtime, you can go and heal. And my character was very beat up, and I said, I need to go see the medic. And the GM, I could see, was getting ready to role play it. Was like, oh, I'm gonna be the doctor. What ails you? And I said, can we not role play this? I just want to go get healed. Like, I have other role play I want to do. Can I just roll dice? And because at that point I didn't want color. I was like, can we just advance past this? Because this for me is not important.
Amazing. It's amazing. In the one of the last podcasts, it's not in the air yet, but we talk about play with a sense and not continually in a line story, because you play with a sense is permit to you to play a very intense scene, okay, and then you stop it and do talk all the players, and then what is the scene, the next scene we want to play, and then it's okay. It's like every scene is interesting for all, because all thinking what is the scene we want to play.
And usually when you are in these kind of scenes, when all the expectation is in the scene because something is going to happen, you say end of the scene.
Yeah.
And this is what I'm going to do now. End of the scene, because it's 1 hour and 30 minutes.
One last thing.
I'm the devil.
Yeah.
For Raymond, at least.
Karen, you are okay.
Yeah.
You if you want to cut, only you need to say it.
We
and,
have to.
and,
Mhm.
and we do that Jordi say, but not before. Okay. I think it's funny if we can play together one of the exercise of you think it's possible to I don't know I think well okay.
Yeah.
What
Let's do one. You want to play an improv game?
yeah
Yeah. Let's do one that's not in the book.
Okay, come
Oi.
on.
Let's do one that's not in the book. I know.
Spoiler
'Cause
alert.
this one I wish I had put in the book, and I didn't. But it's great. It's about justifying and just fixing problems. And it has that you kind of enjoy the power in improv of something is true because you said it's true. So we're going to practice solving problems, and they're going to work because we said that they will work. Oftentimes in as a gamer, we don't know everything. And sometimes we say, I hack the computer. I don't know how. I do it. I hack it. I rolled a 20. It worked. So this game is kind of just playing with that idea of I can do anything. So Ramon, let's you and me try this game. It's a 2-person game.
okay.
I know.
But one only thing, please.
Yes.
This you can translate because I think it's important that the enunciated of the
Okay.
of the game it's
Vale,
in
vamos a
Spanish
hacer
too.
Yeah.
un juego de impro que no está en el libro y va sobre resolver problemas, ¿no? Porque sí, o sea, la cuestión es resolver problemas. Bueno, yo he comentado, bueno, un ordenador sacas un 20, lo hackeas, no sabes por qué, pero se hace, ¿no? Y es un poco
Saco un 20, lo hago y no,
y ya
no
está,
sin
es un poco
explicación.
esto
lo hago.
el main aquí, ¿no? Pues vamos a hacer un juego de resolver problemas, situaciones, etcétera, ¿no? Y es un juego por parejas y entonces Karen empieza con Ramón.
En el que se puede dar cualquier solución y se dará por válida.
Ya está.
Sin explicar por qué, ¿no?
Okay, it's only one answer, one phrase each one? Or?
Yeah, I'll tell you what to do. So we're going to each think of something in advance, and just plan. We're gonna script something. It's not improv. I want you to think of a problem and an unrelated object. So any type of problem, like I missed the bus, I can't find my keys, just a problem. And then a totally unrelated object, a bicycle, an orange, anything. I want you to think of those. Just take a second. I'm going to share mine first. So my problem is that I can't find my cat. And my object, all I have is a pair of scissors.
Paper, scissors?
So, yeah. So I can't find my cat, and all I have is a pair of scissors. So let's put that aside for a second. So what is your problem and your object?
Well, then you need to take this
Oh, no, I want you to tell me what
Tienes
your
que
problem
decirle
is.
un problema que tienes
Eso déjalo aparte, lo que te acaba de decir ella, y
Ajá.
ahora tú propone un problema y un objeto.
que no tenga nada que ver con el problema.
Okay. Well, my favorite action, my favorite toy of a Teenage Mutant Turtle. Okay, it's break. It's
Oh, no.
breaking.
It's broken.
It's broken. Okay, and I only have
Y the object is? The object.
the object is glasses.
Glasses. Okay. I'm going to solve your problem with my object. I have a pair of scissors. Your Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle toy broke. I am going to explain how I will fix it now with a pair of scissors. So your toy broke. I'm going to take my scissors and a lighter and heat up the scissors till they're very hot. then I'm going to use the scissors to apply them to the plastic so it gets kind of melty and stick the toy pieces back together. Solved. Done.
Come on.
Great.
So now, can you solve my problem with your object? I can't find my cat. You have a pair of glasses. So you tell me how you're going to solve that problem.
Well, I resolve your problem because you need my glasses because your glasses has lost too, and when you put my glasses, what a coincidence! It's the same dioptrize, okay? And then you can see the cat. Really, is all the
great.
time.
The sofa.
He was right there.
Okay.
Perfect.
In front.
Yeah, thank you. You did it. Yay. So that's the game. It's just you solve a problem with a silly object, but anything that you need to do to make it work, you just make up. So, you made up like, oh, your glasses are also missing, but now and these glasses just happen to be the same prescription. And I'm going to agree with all of that. Like, yes, that is all true because you said so.
Then
so
almost everything can be connected. Almost.
Yes.
With the imagination, with your mind, with your imagination, almost everything.
Yeah. So it just shows that you can be very creative in solving problems if you are able to just make things up. In improv, we're solving problems, and we might, and in gaming too, you're going to do things that don't follow the laws of physics. You're going to cast magic, and it's magic.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah. So
Great.
that is the game. Different people call games different things. That one, when I learned it, was called Crisis.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I call it, is Crisis. Yeah.
Crisis,
and I
locuras,
love it
¿no?
because it's
locuras,
pretty
¿no,
silly.
Yes.
Locuras.
No sé si quieres hacer una última traducción de un poco cómo ha ido la cosa para que...
Perdón, sí. Pues sí. Pues nada, el juego, como hemos dicho antes, ponía un problema y un objeto. Karen ha propuesto que había perdido a su gato y unas tijeras. Y Ramón había propuesto que se le había roto su muñequito de la tortuga ninja y unas gafas. Y entonces la cuestión era que Ramón solucionara el problema de Karen con su objeto y que Karen solucionara el problema de Ramón con el suyo. Entonces Karen ha dicho que cogía un mechero, calentaba las tijeras y lo ponía en el plástico con el muñeco y entonces pues como que se enganchaba, ¿no? Entonces se solucionaba. Y Ramón le ha propuesto a Karen que realmente tenía las mismas dioptrías con sus gafas, entonces se ponía las gafas y Karen realmente podía ver que su gato estaba ahí todo el tiempo, ¿no? Y es un poco, pues bueno, como decía Karen, ¿no? Ahí está. Solucionar las cosas con esta impro, pues gracias a la imaginación y demás, pues poder solucionar las cosas, pues porque sí, ¿no? Por la imaginación es magia, lo que sea. Y ella lo llama, pues, locuritas o locuras, o como queramos decirle.
Muy bien.
Entonces, ha llegado el momento. This is finally the moment.
Yes.
I don't want...
Unfortunately, we have to finish. Fortunately, who is going to watch this video, we will think, okay, it's half an hour. I'm going to watch it. It will be very interesting. It's not 4 hours or it's not 10 hours. I would like to see that.
I think when the second edition is close to if you want, we are very happy if you want to return to talk about this second edition.
Okay.
Oh, for sure. I will be asking you guys lots of questions about how you are using the exercises.
Okay.
So we will be in touch for sure.
Okay, great. That's we do usually a goodbye. Everyone says something to say goodbye, and a lot of times we give some references. It could be a YouTube channel, it could be a book, it would be association, it could be some whatever.
You talk about your
Husband.
husband have a Twitch channel. You can recommend it if you want it. And another else you want.
Sure, I'll put it in chat just so you can see what's called. It's on Twitch. It's called Actual Play.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's just, what is it? Actualplay.tv. I don't know. I don't watch it because I hear him playing it. Why would I watch it? I can hear it.
Yeah, I watch every day, really.
But he runs a lot of really fun games, and a lot of evil hat games, because he works on a lot of those. And I think if you're interested in seeing more about Improv for Gamers, the website is just improvforgamers.com. And you can find the link to buy the book there. There's other videos online of people playing it. And I am really just appreciative of anybody who tells me that this book was useful. For me, I think that's the best compliment, because I just really wanted people to use it and to make it work. And so this has been really great. Thank you guys so much.
Thanks to you.
Thanks to you. It has been an honor to us for stay with you here, and we had fun. It's amazing, really. That's really.
It was a great time. It was great to know you, to meet you. Sorry, to meet you, and thank you very much to write these great things. And we will put in practice, and that's all. Always, many times we said in our channel we would like to make things different. Just not talking about the color or the progress, or talk about the drama, and this was an opportunity for us, a chance to talk about something very original, interesting, and we put in practice. So thank you very much, Karen.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. This is your house.
Okay, then we say Mansalva will be with you. Mansalva is the name of our channel. It's like the Force in Star Wars, like the Force.
Oh.
No, really, Mansalva is like a lot of things, no?
Mansalva is like the passion for the role playing.
Well, okay, this is our significance.
Something like this. So
some
question about Mansalva?
A question about it, or do you want me to just?
No,
I'm not
if you have a question.
I don't know why.
Okay, no, nothing.
Why Mansalva?
Why Mansalva?
It's a Spanish word that significated when you say
Mansalva of something. It's
Mansalva,
much of whatever.
Okay, Mansalva of watermelon. Okay, pues lot of watermelons. Okay, Mansalva de roll is a lot of roll. Too much of roll.
Ah.
This is
very cool.
That's it. Well, thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
See you each other. Bye.
Bye.